When it is the eve of Christmas, there is this thing that we always do while when we were children. We will just get our clothes, like everything we're going to wear on Christmas Day or on New Year Day. We just get the clothes, arrange it by the side of the bed, and we are just going to keep it so that when it gets to that Christmas or New Year Day, we become the life of the party. They just say, "Ah, look at my dress, look at my dress." That's the same thing that happens with what numbers. Indices make numbers look cool. When you look at the word indices, it actually means what? Index or raised to power. And we have what? The laws of indices. We have various laws of indices. The first law of indices we have is what? The multiplication law. The multiplication law. The multiplication law of indices says that if you are multiplying two numbers with the same what base, you add their what power. This implies that what if you are multiplying two numbers, which is what a raised to the power of x multiplied by a raised to the power of y is equal to what a raised to the power of what x plus y. Please remember what I said. I said in the multiplication law of indices, they must have the same base for this law to be what effective. So when you have the same base and you what multiply their what and you multiply them, the result will be what you just take one of the base and multiply their what and add their powers. So in the same vein, we can say that 5 raised to the power of 3 multiplied by 5 raised to the power of 4. The result should be what? 5 raised to the power of what? 3 plus 4, which gives you 5 raised to the power of 1. When you're trying to multiply 5 times 5 times 5 times 5, it becomes very rigorous and cumbersome. But with the help of the multiplication law of indices, we are able to what? Simplify it. The next law of indices we have is the what? Division law of indices. Division law of indices. The division law of indices says that if you are what dividing two numbers with the same what base, you what subtract their power. What that means in essence is that if you have a number a raised to the power of what ax and y, they all represent numbers. So a raised to the power of what y divided by a raised to the power of x divided by a raised to the power of y, the result should be what? A raised to the power of what? X minus y. Do you get it? So if we have what? 2 raised to the power of 4 divided by 2 raised to the power of what? 2. The result should be what? 2 raised to the power of what? 4 minus 2, which gives you 2 raised to the power of what? 2. So you can see that with indices, we are able to simplify all this without having to go through the process of 2 times 2 times 2 times 2 times 2, and we start cancelling out. It makes it what? Easy. The next one we have is what we refer to as what? The zero law. The zero law of indices. The zero law of indices says that if you have any number raised to the power of what? 0, the result is what? 1. So if you have if you have a raised to the power, this implies that if you have a raised to the power of 0, the result is what? 1. There are exceptions to this rule, but we are not going to go into it now. So I'm going to repeat myself again. I said the zero law of indices says that a raised to the power of what? 0 is equal to 1. It means that 1000 raised to the power of 0. The next law of indices we have is what we refer to as what? The power law. The power law of indices. So the power law of indices simply states that if you have a number raised to another power, you multiply the two powers. All what I just said can be written as what? A raised to the power of x raised to the power of y. The result is what? A raised to the power of what? X times y, which gives you a raised to the power of what? Xy. That's what the power law entails. This implies that if you have what? 5, or let's say 3 raised to the power of 2 raised to the power of what? 4. The result you should get is what? 3 raised to the power of what? 2 times what? 4. Which will give you 3 raised to the power of what? 2 times 4 gives you what? 8. And that becomes our what? Answer. So whenever you have a power, an expression that has a power raised to another power, you just multiply the two powers. You see how indices is making mathematics very cool? It makes it what? Unique. The next law of indices we have is what? The fractional law. Fractional law. The fractional law of indices states that if you have a number or an expression raised to a what? A fraction, the result becomes this. So if you have what? A raised to the power of what? X all over what? Y. This is a fraction. So the result will be what? A raised to the power, or A, this base here, the Y becomes what? The root, all raised to the power of what? X. Have you seen it now? This implies that if you have what? 4 raised to the power of what? 5 all over what? 2. What do you have? It becomes what? The root. You take the root of what? 4. Then this 2, which is the denominator, comes here. All raised to the power of what? 5. Which will give you can evaluate this. Square root of 4 is what? 2. 2 raised to the power of what? 5. And you can stop here. That's what the fractional law entails. So anytime you see something like this, a number raised to what? A fraction. This is how it can be what? Expressed. We also have another law of indices they call the negative law. That's what the 6th law. The negative law. The negative law of indices says that if you have an expression or you have a number raised to a negative power, the result becomes this. So if you have a raised to the power of minus x, the result is what? A 1 all over a raised to the power of what? X. So this 1 all over replaces what? Minus, the minus sign here. So this implies that if you have what? 4 raised to the power of minus 5, the result is what? 1 all over 4 raised to the power of what? 5. And that is how what? It is what? Solved. Now we have a solution here, or we have a problem here. A, B, C, and D. Please solve and drop in the comment section. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my YouTube channel at George Academy. The link to the YouTube channel is in what? The comment section. Thank you.